Gunshots, 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 gunshots. Yo, check it out, right? This video is gonna be about Diddy's bail hearing. You got an expert up here. He's speaking about as far as was it smart, was it wise, was it financially worth it for Diddy to file for bail? Listen to this. You're gonna learn in this video about how a bail hearing go, about the different faces of the court, all of that. Just fall back. Let's do this. If you subscribe, hit the notification button. If you're not subscribed, subscribe and hit the notification button, and definitely hit the like button. So let's get this thing moving. All right. All right, unique Mecca audio, man. We're gonna talk about this Diddy joint. I want you to listen to it. I don't have that much time, but I want to give you all this content before the day is over to keep my little momentum going. So let's hear what they got to say.
Conceded in his appeal that he had spoken with a witness in the case, including a grand jury witness, but his attorney says that contact ended when his lawyers told him not to speak with that person anymore. The lawyers wrote, for example, one witness contacted Mr. Combs, not the other way around. She reached out to Mr. Combs and told him, I'm a grand jury witness. After Mr. Combs informed defense counsel, he was instructed not to contact the witness anymore and didn't. Of course, the defense explained it must continue to interview witnesses to conduct a responsible defense investigation. Attorney Mauricio Padilla is here to talk with me about this appeal. Mauricio, your first thoughts on Sean Combs' appeal for bail?
I reviewed the documents. I don't really think it addresses certain issues that I'm sure that the court has had issues with regarding Mr. Combs having assault weapons with altered serial numbers at his home. I think that's something that any judge, whether it's an appellate judge or a trial court judge, is going to have an issue with, because it really puts you out there as a criminal, as somebody that could be a danger to the community, which is one of the factors that the courts are looking at. I didn't see anything in the motion that they filed in the petition to the appeals court that I think would change the ruling on bail.
Mm.
All right, so what they talking about, right? So y'all understand, he got caught with these assault rifles, and he went in there asking for bail. They're saying that there's no way that any judge is gonna give him bail because he got these assault rifles with scratched off serial numbers. Only criminals scratch off serial numbers because only criminals scratch off criminal numbers. That's what they say in the court, because if you buy it legally, it has a serial number. They can trace where it go, and if you sell it, you write the serial number down and you send that over to the National Rifle Association and let them know that you sold your gun to such and such, and they know that you sold your gun to such and such, and the serial number's on it. So when you take the serial number off, that means that now you're concealing the identity of the gun. That's equivalent to you wearing a mask. You know what I mean? You wearing a mask, you're concealing your identity. We're not talking about a COVID mask. I'm talking about it's a whole ski mask. You know what I mean? If you walk down the street, the ski mask, the police supposed to stop you. But what's so crazy about what's going on out there now is that you got people out there that is running around with masks in the summertime. Like how these kids are wearing these masks, right? Because we ride. Let's ride. The kids are wearing the masks now in the summertime. They doing that to hide from each other. That's their little thing. But the police, they don't stop them because you're allowed to have a mask, But you don't know who's under the mask. If I see someone walking toward me with a mask, I'm going to get in my defensive position and my survival position, because something ain't right down that line. So, the guns alone could have gotten him 20 years because they're assault rifles, but they chose to do the SA case because that's more scandalous. That's more to take everybody's attention off the election. So please go vote if you registered. If you're not, you got time. Go register, go vote, because this is the biggest election of our time. and they're using the brother as a distraction. And yes, he's still a brother with issues. We know he has issues, and I had issues, and they fixed my issues by sending my black ass to prison for 26 years. Where when I went in, I couldn't read or write, but I came out with my GED with college credits. I became a certified electrician, certified plumber, certified HVAC and refrigeration, certified mechanic. I got all kinds of certificates and training awards and certifications from being in prison. I would have never got that if I was out here on the street because I thought I was slicking in a bag of oil. But it didn't work that way. So that's where it's at. All right, let's finish this tape, man. Because I could get long winded.
Very interesting. They're saying that, the defense in this case, that he is not a flight risk, that from the very beginning of this case, he has been forthright. This is somebody who's wanted to prove his innocence. He, in preparation, he knew he was going to be indicted. So on September 5th, he flies to New York and he's hanging out there in preparation to turn himself in. And the feds decide to swoop in and take him into custody. Instead, it's kind of like the big bad federal government coming after Sean Combs when he's tried to cooperate. But, on the other side of the coin, they're saying the government argues, look, he's tried to obstruct justice and essentially intimidate witnesses.
Yeah, and that's a problem. I mean, if you look at the history of the case, by the time that um, they served search warrants on his properties, he was already heated up. Like it's not like at that moment he had lawsuits pending. Um, he should have known that maybe I shouldn't have machine guns with altered serial numbers at my house. So it doesn't seem like he was thinking rationally.
Yeah, I want y'all to let me know in the comments if you think this dude is a hater.
Which, if you put yourself in the mind of a trial court judge, he's gonna say to himself, "You're the same person that at the moment that you had the federal government go into your property, that you had these machine guns with altered serial numbers. Are you the type of person that's going to commit an egregious error while out on bond? Are you the type of person that's going to try to affect the testimony of witnesses, which is literally accused of?" So it's an issue for him. And really, no one out there is going to fault a judge for not giving him bail. Right now, P. Diddy is not the favorite person of anybody in the United States or the world, or especially New York. He's someone that he's a batterer of women. They publicize that, and I don't think that many people are going to criticize a judge for not giving him a bond.
I want y'all to tell me if this dude sound like a Diddy hater. Let me know what you think the way he's breaking this down, and he's supposed to be neutral if he's a Diddy hater. Let's talk about it. All right, put it in the comments.
Now, on the other hand, if you do give him a bond and he does anything out of the ordinary, it's bad for the judge and it looks bad.
This case really started in November of 2023 when Cassie Ventura filed her civil suit. She is clearly victim number one in the indictment. So the feds are saying he's known since January of 2024 that he was under investigation. He's known that. And he still was doing things behind the scenes that he shouldn't have been doing. But his defense team is saying, look, he's not a flight risk. He's been trying to sell his plane. He's done things. He's moved some money around to ensure that he could put his property up as part of his bail package. I mean, are these things really good enough? Because these are some very serious federal crimes that he's accused of. And there is so much that the government will probably talk about at trial that we still don't know about. They've talked about it in the bail letter when it comes to racketeering and things like that. But there's so much that's not in the indictment. Am I wrong?
No, I don't think you're wrong, and I think it circles back to what I'm saying. So yeah, if their position is that he knew about it in January of 2024, he wasn't taking it seriously. How do we know that he wasn't taking it seriously? Well, he had machine guns with altered serial numbers at his home.
Listen
So
to the hate.
he obviously thought that he was probably untouchable, above the law. And this whole indictment reeks of someone that thought he was untouchable and beyond the grasp of the law.
Yeah. See, that's how he interpreted that. This indictment reads as somebody that felt there was whatever in terms of the law, all that, whatever, like crap. No, this indictment reads like a billionaire that's having fun to the highest degree, took it to the next level. Freaky crap came out of him. You know what I mean? And if he violated the law, he should be punished to the fullest extent of the law. But at the same time, they shouldn't weaponize the law. Weaponizing the law means to make the law a weapon to, in other words, that's the pistol that they're using to rob Diddy. Lock him up for his freaky in whatever you want to call it. You know, lock him up. But why are you going to take the food out of his children's mouth by taking his wealth? Why do they want his wealth? We don't want to see little Justin or little King down there at 42nd Street, tap dancing for coins, dressed like Diddy, you know what I mean? And doing the Diddy dance, you know what I mean? And got the bucket on the corner and working for tips. But that's what the government's objective is. They're playing the real war. That's right. They're not just going at Diddy, they're going at his generation. Because now they're stopping his children and his grandchildren from eating by forfeiting the bag. So everybody's saying, yeah, Diddy this, Diddy that, Diddy that. Lock his ass up. But let his kids eat, man. Let his grandkids and great grandkids survive, man. They trying to take from these people. And that's what it boils down to. But, let's get back to this, man. But listen to this dude, how he's talking. He's like, oh, man, it was frivolous. He shouldn't have filed the motion. He didn't have a chance of winning. I'm going to speak on that, too. But I'm going to let him talk about it.
Problem here is that, yeah, okay, if you're a billionaire like Mr. Combs is, and you like to have these freak offs, and you like to hire prostitutes, whether they're male or female, to get on your plane and cross state lines to have drug fueled orgies. You know what? Somebody in your circle should be telling you you're breaking federal laws when you do this.
Now, who knows that it's against the law? Y'all put it in the comments. Let's keep it 100. Who watching this knows that it's against the law to fly a female or a male from one state to another state to have sex? So you meet a girl when you go to Cancun, and she from Tennessee, you from California, you fly out to California and you give her a couple of dollars to take care of the babysitter or whatever she left behind, and now they said that you sex trafficked her. That's sex trafficking. You tell me, out of all of y'all watching, I want everybody to go in the comments right now. You tell me if you knew that that's sex trafficking. Tell me. I didn't know, but I've been gone 26 and a half years. So if y'all knew something I didn't know, they even gonna speak on that this didn't become sex trafficking until after Jeffrey Epstein. So that should be Diddy's defense, is that I didn't know I was breaking the law. I was just freaking off. And that's all he had to do. Don't lie and say I didn't have sex. No, do it. You know what I mean? We don't need to pull the Bill Clinton. I didn't have sex with that woman. I had oral. But that was sex. No, it was oral. And I'm standing on it. Show me in the dictionary. And that's what the law is about, the dictionary. They put the Webster's law, they put the Webster's dictionary in the courtroom, and they used that to define the meaning of words from Webster. And Bill Clinton stood on oral is not sex and beat it. And that's all Diddy got to do. I didn't know that. Right? I was just trying to freak off. They were trying to get a couple of dollars. I gave them a couple of dollars. They freaked off. Willingly. They came here to do that. I didn't have no one tie them up, hit them in the head, and put them on a plane. They situated themselves before they left. After they situated themselves before they left, right? They went to the airport, picked up the ticket with the money that I sent them, that you're telling me that was for trafficking. You know what I mean? No, it wasn't for trafficking. It was for transportation. They taking Diddy sending money for transportation as trafficking, and everybody's diving on it and don't realize that they're setting what they call a precedent, as I said before. A precedent is someone for the first time, you know, breaking the law in. Like Young Thug, right? Let's ride. I ain't hit my wheels in a minute. I ain't hit the wheels in a minute. Now, Young Thug down there, he's setting precedent because he's one of the first rappers, the first rapper, that's publicized that they're taken to trial based on his rap lyrics. They win this with Young Thug, they bring in all of these rappers in. Even if you lying and saying you did something when you didn't do it, but you're rapping about it and it's something that actually happened, they're coming to get you. Do you understand that? They're coming to get you. All right? Ain't no ands, ifs, or buts about it. Now, right? So that's where we at. Let's play this, man.
Because what somebody would have considered, 2009 to be a fun weekend, and now in 2024, post Epstein, people are like, that's human trafficking. You think it's cool to fill your plane with prostitutes and go have a drug fueled orgy, but you're committing federal crimes.
All right, so look. So, all right, let me talk to y'all, right? And this is not defending Diddy for you rat bastards and flip-flop man and public trolls. Get off my channel. It's for people that want to learn, like myself, and my subscribers, and just dropping buyers. Now, right? If you own a jet, right, and you got 10 of your homies, and you own an island, and a female, you say, yo, any friends want to come out here and party? Bring your friends that want to come party. All right, you send them money to have them fly out. Well, not even send money. You send your private jet to go pick them up, and you fly them back in your private jet to, the island. And, he got all types of drugs, all types of food, all types of drinks. And he said, help yourself. What's your food of choice? What's your drink of choice? And what's your drug of choice? Help yourself. And they choose these drugs. And they are alcohol or the food. And they eat the food, drink the alcohol, and induce the drugs. They induce the drugs. Unless he held them down and forced it down their throat. I don't know. Or tied them up, made them naked, or tortured them, or whatever. I'm just saying, let's just be realistic about this whole thing. Right? Because what they're doing to Diddy, Diddy's setting precedent, and after that, they could do this to anybody else they want, and it's going to be selective prosecution based on the size of your bag. I'm glad I'm dead broke doing YouTube. I'm glad I'm dead broke doing YouTube because they want that bag. Once they get away with Diddy and he set precedent, they can do this to anybody they want to do. There's nothing you can do about it. Come on, man. Listen to this dude and look how he's talking, and you tell me if he sounds like a hater. You know what I mean? I know a lot of y'all say, oh, I'm a Diddy defender. No, I'm a black people defender. And they coming after us, man. This is the new tool. This is the new tool. All right?
And I think somebody should have alerted him to him. But then again, it's consistent. His actions are consistent with someone that thought that he was above the law, up to and to including the moment that they served search warrants on his property.
We all know that jail is not fun, and the MDC especially has a really bad reputation. So I can understand why they've argued twice now for bail, but taking it to the appeals court kind of takes it to a whole other level. And the likelihood of success to me seems low. That I don't think the Court of Appeals, I mean, this is just me looking at it. I don't think they're going to overrule two lower court judges on this decision. Why are they doing this?
Well,
Why are they doing this?
Okay, the answer is simple because you have a client that's asking you to. And you have a client like Mr. Combs that, despite acting like a gangster, is not a gangster. He's a record executive. He's been famous since he was almost a teenager. He doesn't know what it is to really be involved in organized crime, despite the fact that he was acting like it. He doesn't know what it's like to be incarcerated. So now he's totally freaking out and he's pestering them and asking them. So, what they're doing now is more probably to appease their client than to get a favorable ruling from the court. Because I agree with you, a trial court, an appellate court judge is not going to interfere with a trial court's determination that affects the public safety.
So what is wrong with him trying? You're going to hear this man say it's a slim chance that he'll get it. So what you're telling a man that got $1 billion don't spend a little $750,000 for that slim chance? It's not like it's you and me that don't have $750,000. He just gave Cassie $30 million or maybe $100 million. And you thinking that he shouldn't try to get a bail, to get his freedom because it's a slim chance? That's what this man is saying. That's how I see, and me from the street look at that as hate. So I know where he's standing at from the way he said that. He said this is a slim chance, so he shouldn't try it. Man, if I got a slim chance in hell, I'm trying something. If it's going to be beneficial to me, especially get my freedom. But this man making it look like Diddy forced the lawyers, you know what I mean, to file this motion, knowing that they wasn't going to win. He wasting their time, but he paying them money, man. Stop it. You can pay for what you want, including people's time. The lawyer is getting paid by the time. So if he want to pay them X amount of hours to do a motion that got a slim chance in hell, it's his prerogative. Because let me ride with you. Now, let's ride. When you're in prison, right? When you're in prison, let me see where I'm gonna take this ride. I like to ride. I want to see where I'm gonna take this ride that y'all be able to understand. Now, when you're in prison and you're sitting there, you're put in a motion. You know that motion, or you expect. That's it. We're gonna use that word expect. I'm gonna give it to you like we do in the prison, right? Because what I just say? We riding, man. We ride. Now, we put in a motion, but we expect the motion to win. You know what I mean? So we expect the worst, but we hope for the best. So Diddy is expecting the worst, but he's hoping for the best. And the best is what? That slim chance. This man is going to say it's only a slim chance, so he shouldn't have did it for wasting a lawyer's time. No, he's paying the lawyers for their time. That's why I know it's hate. Listen to what a person is saying. That's why when somebody bring you a message, you got to ask who's the messenger. That's why I'm telling you straight up, I don't give a crap if they give Diddy 50 years in jail, 100 years in jail. I don't have no energy to worry about how much time did he get in jail, if he should go to jail, what. But I'm telling you, yes, if he violated the law, especially, against women, because, let me ride. I'm going to tell y'all some real true joint, right? My 88-year-old, not 88 no more. My 89-year-old mother, she turned 90 on April 5th. She's upstairs. I just went upstairs. Every time I go by, I give her 100 little kisses. They turn over the cheek. I kiss her on the cheek. I say, whoa, whoa, whoa. And I bend her down and kissed on the forehead, and I rub the back of her head that's falling out because she's 89 years old. But her skin is so soft. You know what I mean? And it's mine. That's where I came from. You can't imagine the feeling to just kiss all over your mother. So as I'm kissing on and I'm thinking about I got to come do this video, I said, man, anybody that put his hands on a woman, they should do like the old days and stone them. I don't think you deserve to live amongst society if you're going to put your hands on a woman. For you to sit here saying that, oh, this is my woman, and then you want to beat her because she don't want to do what you want to do, what you say, even if she cheat. Even if your woman cheat on you and you put your hands on her, you should get even double punishment because you're but a lover dog type of trigger. Right there, you should be punished for being but a lover dog. And you talking about you gangster on the street. Or you gangster enough to put your hands on a woman. But I love a dog. Then why are you putting your hands on her? Off with his hands. So he ain't got to worry about him putting on nobody else. So I'm not defending him in no way, because when I'm kissing my mother, I'm thinking if anybody put their hands on this woman right here, if anybody put their hands on, even think about putting their hands on this woman right here. And every man and woman and child should think the same way as they think about their own mother. Imagine your mother being beaten by another man. When I'm kissing on my mother, I'm just thinking if my mother was in a relationship and somebody put their hands on this queen, mm, God help them. Let me change this, man. I'm getting emotional talking about Mom Dukes, man. Hold up. Oh, let me liven this up a little bit. All right, enough of that. Check, right? Let's get back to this. All right.
Because all of a sudden something happens and it's going to land on whatever appellate judge wanted to disturb what the trial court judge was ruled. So yeah, I agree with you. I don't see them doing it, but they're in a position where they have a high profile client paying them a lot of money and asking them to do it. So they're in a position where they're going to have to do it.
Yeah, if they in a position where they're gonna have to do it. Have to do what? Take the $750,000 that he's paying him. He's not asking him to do it for nothing. He don't have a public defender. He got a lawyer that he's paying for. So if he's paying the lawyer, they're supposed to try everything on possible that he's willing to put his money on. If I had the bag like that and they told me I got a half a chance out of 100, a half a chance out of 100 to win a bail hearing, you know what I mean? Well, that half a chance, take that $750,000. I got $1 billion. I just gave Cassie 30 million, or maybe 100. I just tried to give up one of my houses for 50 million. I'm just trying to hold on to the $68 million yacht, so I can sail the hell out of here. That's what he's thinking, just so you understand. But this man is sitting here saying like he forced them to do it, like they didn't want to do it. No, they knew it was a slim chance. They probably they thinking in their mind, in their hearts, there's no way he's gonna win this motion. But he paying us. Let me do this motion. But this man wants you to believe the way he's talking, like if, Diddy is burdening the lawyers to take the $750,000 to file the motion. What do y'all think about that? Put it in the comments. See, I give you all this content because I've been through this and this is fun to me. I'm going to drop so many videos it's going to blow your mind because I see all this stuff on YouTube. A big shout out to Law&Crime. That's where I get a lot of these videos from. If y'all got any videos you want me to share, get my breakdown on and, our comprehension on, send it to my phone or put the link in the video, the comments say right here in YouTube or hit me on the DM at Unique Mecca Audio. Let's get back to this dude right here hating big time.
And listen, and I understand from being a criminal defense attorney, preparing to go to trial with your client in custody, and in custody like in a place where
Yo, hold up, right? Sorry to cut you off. Remember, he said prepare for a trial with your client in custody. That's where he left off at. I just want to point this out, right? And just look at this drawing of the lawyer and look at Diddy, right? Look at the eyes. The eyes is the window to the soul that tells you what you're thinking. You see Diddy looking like, oh my God, the world's about to end. They captured that perfect. That's what he's feeling. Look at his eyes. He's not even there. He's looking through his eyes, right? You could tell that he's looking through his eyes in Diddy's drawing right there on the screen. Now look at the lawyer. He's piercing through his eyes. He's locked in on everything happening because his job is to lift his spirits and lift him out that courtroom. So he's sitting there like, it's wartime. You know what? Hold up. Let me show you. I don't think y'all seen that. This is what he's sitting there like. And I'm going to leave both of me up there so you can see. That's how his lawyer is sitting there looking because he's in war mode. And then look right here at Diddy's eyes. I know you see the mouse. Look at Diddy's eyes right here, how he's looking down, and you can tell he's not looking at nothing. He's just in his own thoughts like, what the heck? He's like in the twilight zone right now. That's how Diddy's feeling right now in that drawing.
Where Mr. Combs is not favorable to the defense. It puts a lot of restrictions on preparation, how you can access your client. It really affects the preparation for trial, but they're in the position that they're in, and the trial court made that decision. And it circles back to when I read the indictment and I saw those machine guns, I was like, that is the straw that broke the camel's back when regarding whether or not we're going to give this guy bail. Because you know what, you could maybe justify everything. It was consensual, and everybody involved in these orgies was consensual, and I gave people drugs because they wanted drugs, not because I wanted to control them. But why do you have these machine guns with altered serial numbers? Why? Because you're acting like a gangster.
The guns with the scratched off serial numbers are very concerning, and it's scary. You hit on a point that I want to talk about just finally here. They do point out in their appeal that, they have all this evidence that this was consensual. There were no crimes committed. And they've been saying that these so-called freak-offs were consensual. So is that going to win the day here? I mean, putting that in the bail application, I get what they're saying, but is that argument going to win the day?
I mean, listen, I said this from the beginning. The defense here has to be, yeah, he's a freak, but he's not a criminal. And everybody involved in these freak-offs, it was consensual. And I'm sure you're going to see a trial. You're going to see evidence that it kind of was. People like excited. Oh, I look forward to see you in Chicago.
Yo, you know what that's like? I just thought of this while I'm watching it. This is my show, so I pause it where the hell I want to pause it, because I'm going to give you all the best content. Look how he's holding that liquor. You see how he's holding that liquor right now? Right? You see how he's holding that liquor? What do you think he's saying while he's holding that liquor?
I look forward to seeing you here. I'm sure we're going to see evidence that it's consensual until the moment that someone says that it's not. That's why when you're a billionaire, you have to protect yourself, and you can't leave yourself at the mercy of people's testimony that can change from one day to the next, 1 month to the next, or 1 year to the next. Because now they're going to go retroactively back, and every single person is going to be like, oh no, I was there against my will, or he showed me a video and he was blackmailing me, or that's the problem. And that's the position that he's put himself in. And I think that they're going to have evidence that he was using these freak-offs, and he was using the entire scheme that of these videos to control people, to get favorable results from other record executives. Listen, if you're a record executive, a politician, a performer, or an actor, and you've been involved in an orgy with Mr. Combs, you're in big trouble. And, I've spoken about this before. When they say that, he's the tip of the iceberg when it comes to this investigation, it never works that way. Mr. Combs is a big name, but there's much bigger names. And, and we look at politicians. I mean, a couple of weeks after Mr. Combs got indicted, the mayor got indicted of New York. Does it have anything to do with it? Maybe not. But that's really the goal of the federal government. They like entertainers, but they like politicians more. So whoever P. Diddy can now start pointing the finger to, I think that's what's going to happen. I think he's going to try and save himself, and he's going to start pointing the finger to other people.
Interesting. Mauricio Padilla, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
And that's it for this episode of Crime.
Now, so that's where we at, right? What do you think about this episode? Did you learn anything from this episode? If you subscribe, hit the notification button. If you're not subscribed, subscribe and hit the notification button. Definitely hit the like button. None of that costs nothing. It's free. So while the intro is playing, you can still listen to it. Kick it up on the screen. iPhone it, you kick it up, and you can still do what you want to do. You know what I mean? Oh, matter of fact, while you're looking at it, my bad, I don't even know what the heck I'm doing. I've been going 26 years. While you're watching the joint, just hit the bell. Is that simple? I thought you had to kick the screen up to go to something, to go to the setting. So you're telling me that while you're watching it, let me look. So while you're watching a video, hold on. Yeah, well, so while you're watching a video, all you got to do is just hit like. And I only get so many likes? Come on, dog. Where they do that? Hit that like button. Stop that game playing. You know what time it is. Unique Mecca Audio. Hit that like button.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime.
6. He back on the strip, getting back in the mix. What he mentions a gift. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. An Instagram page and a YouTube you could go and visit. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spend a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You eat back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. Baby horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, you got a lot to give. Now you trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend an ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish there. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours. So we can get back to the